Hello, good evening. It is of course pity I couldn't come and be with you in Jerusalem this evening. That was a plan, but unfortunately the situation of the COVID didn't allow me this time to participate physically in this event. But I would like to thank you for inviting me to this opening panel and to congratulate the participants who came or participate from abroad via Zoom, as we see, and also from here from Israel via Zoom or physically. So it is especially an honor to welcome Professor Mario Santana, General Secretary of ICOMOS and a very active member of the International Scientific Committee on Documentation, which is the subject of this conference and the coming days. Mario is my teacher from Catholic University of Leuven, so we know from then and through other missions that he has taken in this region. And I think he's being now the General Secretary of ICOMOS shows that both international and national committees on documentations take very seriously the task of promoting professionally and advancement in the fields of documentation, which is of course important part of keeping the world and our heritage. We are very happy to be part of this conference with many members of ICOMOS, international and national chapters of ICOMOS. Of course, I would like to thank Mike Turner for his initiative. Mike is a very honorable ICOMOS member from abroad, and of course from Israel. He's one of the founders of ICOMOS Israel, and it's always a pleasure to be part of his initiatives, which never stop. So ongoing initiatives. Thank you, Mike, again for this great initiative to talk about documentation. I've talked with Noah, and I said I would like to show some slides which gives some contemporary example of the later documentation of Jerusalem through two objects, which if are you going to show it? Yeah. Michal?
Could you please use your screen share to share those slides with us? Is that possible?
Yes.
Okay, great. We can see you. You could just flip on full screen.
Thank you. So I think Mike also knows this book very well. And we had a few weeks ago an event in the Technion to commemorate or to mark the handing of the estate of my late mother, Eran Mordohovich, who designed this book in the early 70s. This book is a book which described the first urban plan or master plan for the old city of Jerusalem and its environment after the Six-Day War. And while this kind of taking apart the office of my mother, I've bumped into a lot of material which was part of preparing this book. Let's say the raw material which made up this, finally this book. The plan is a plan designed by the Office of Ariel Sharon with many collaborations, of course, with the collaboration of the municipality of Jerusalem, which will come later in the other slides. The book is which is not typical to the period, full of big pictures with many details of the old city of Jerusalem and the environment, and the design emphasize the images rather than the text. So I bring here just very few examples of the graphics and the images. And what is interesting that in the state of my mother, there were a lot of those pictures with some instructions to which scale to put them, and the dummies which are the base of, let's say, the sketch, the preliminary sketch for the designing and the typography of this book. The book is full of drawings and plans, sections, and images, pictures from the old city, which were drawn at that time in the early 70s, end of the 60s, and they describe the situation of the monuments as they were at that time. Here you have an example of the plan itself, which is sort of a specific graphic which calls the reader to be an active reader. The maps are folding down and up, and you have a transparent pages, and the colors of the maps. For here, for example, the typography and the colors of the steepness of the area, as you can see, were chosen in kind of a very fashionable way for that time in the early 70s. Another book which was designed by my mother was in the 1980s, another book about Jerusalem, the Harvard Jerusalem Studio, a project of Moshe Safdie with his students from Harvard, again with collaboration with many of the Jerusalem institutions, the municipality, universities, also in Israel, and many professionals in the field of architecture and urban planning. So this book is a kind of document the Jerusalem in the 90s, in the 80s. So you have pictures from this kind that were taken by a photographer who came from America, John Almond, which most of the pictures in the book, or the photos, were taken by her. And I've just wanted to show you the comparison between those pictures. Here, for example, you can see the old city looking from east to west. You can see how Jerusalem was at that time quite open.
We can only see your first slide.
Which first slide?
We can only see the front slide, the Planning Jerusalem one.
Oh. This one?
I think you're sharing the wrong screen.
We don't see your full screen.
Yeah.
I think you have to.
Thank you for commenting on that, Mario. Do you see it now?
Yes.
So these are the pages from the book of the 1970 Planning Jerusalem. Do you see now? The plans, the sections documenting Jerusalem as it was, the the urban plan itself, the zoning plan with its colors. And again, they also document not only the city, but also the design and the, let's say, the contemporary design trends and colors. This is a Jerusalem, the Harvard Jerusalem studio by Moshe Safdie from 1986. A book which describes a seminar or a studio which took place in Jerusalem with the collaboration of the Jerusalem municipality and many Israeli professionals, an American from Harvard. And the task was to design, urban design of some parts of the old city and its surrounding. And this picture is, for example, from that period taken by John Almond. And I will conclude with that. And thank you again for the opportunity to join you and congratulate you. And I really hope it will be a great conference, and which will take the idea of archive, digitizing them, and how to disseminate all this history and heritage forward. Thank you.